What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reviewing Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne from Bloodstone Arena. Port Adelaide getting the job done by 59 points in what was a pretty standard Hobart thrashing for North. Port Adelaide got the job done, which was nice. A third quarter blitz did the job for Port and pretty much did the job we wanted to going down there, getting some percentage, celebrating Jason Horne-Francis' 50th game, giving it to North a little bit and flexing our muscles a little bit, which was nice to see, and definitely a job well done. Got the 4 points and played okay, so there's nothing too much to take out of this game. And I think this will be one of the shorter reviews that we do for the year. And I have no disrespect for North Melbourne or anything like that. It was just really a nothing game. Port grabbed the 4 points. Port got a bit of percentage. And we took away a win. There were a few things to take out of this game, and I'm going to try and do this in one set because it's just easier that way. So a few things to take away from it. Obviously, firstly, Todd Marshall kicking 5 goals, his first bag of goals in I think since round 2 when he kicked 4. Other than that, that was 17 for the year now, which is probably a little bit below par for what we want as tall forwards, but our goal kicking this year has been evenly spread with DBJ, Rioli, Dixon, Georgiadis, Finlayson. There's equal amounts of opportunity for people. So for him to come in, kick 5 and lead well, kick 5 straight, he looked back to his normal accurate self, which was really, really impressive. So if he's getting back to that accurate goal kicking and becomes a better lead-up target than what he has been, I think before playing yesterday, he had 8 goals in 8 games and was just few and far between. So for him to come in like that and do that, hopefully it gives a bit of confidence going into next week and then obviously moving forward as well. The old horses were the other ones that definitely wind back the clock a little bit. Ollie Wines was arguably one of the best on the ground, having 26, kicked a couple of goals, and after last week's little heart scare that he had with his palpitations, he came back out and proved that he knows what he's doing in that situation. Was very, very good, and probably next to Horne-Francis, our best on ground, really. Combine that with Trav Boak, who had 25. On the wing, he had 12 marks as well, so he was really a big lead-up target, and that's rare for Trav. Normally he's a 3-4 mark operator and gets in the contest and helps out, but he was the passages of play we were having definitely were suitable to him on the wing, and he was fantastic, hitting targets inside 50, had plenty of score involvements, kicked another point. So he's had 9 for the year now. No goals, 9 points for the year. So, Trav, it's time to fix that. We should have had 1 against the Crows, but hey, we have to review everything, don't we? So, yeah, that was impressive. The other one I want to talk about is Radigalia. For me, he played on Larky, who, in my opinion, is one of the best forwards in the comp. And on his day, can tear apart any defence, single-handedly as well. We've seen it before, that majority of North goals come through Larky. They only kick 7 for the day. And he kicked none, which is, for the first time in 29 games, I think Larky hasn't kicked a goal. So it's a superb effort from Radigalia and really, really impressive. It allowed players like Bergman, Alia to roam off a little bit, and Zerk Thatcher as well. It was a really impressive performance. And whilst they don't have much scoring power otherwise, he was very, very impressive, Radigalia. So very well done. I think it was arguably one of his better performances for the year too. So deserves full credit for that. And overall, our defence held up really, really well, which I know it's North, but you still got to look at these positives. And then we take on Carlton next week, which is a completely different beast to North's forward line. So having that confidence to say, well, we can be one of the best forwards in the comp and keep them goalless. Why can't we go do that in every other week? So I'm very interested and keen to see how it all plays out. The other thing as well I wanted to talk about is the way we used Rosie. I think obviously there's a lot of tentativeness there, and playing North, I think there was obviously coming in, like Dixon rested, there was an opportunity for him to probably play majority of his time forward, and he did that. Did it work? Probably not as much, but it allowed players like Jed McEntee to have 17 touches and kick a snag. DBJ kicked a couple. Unfortunately, Rioli went off with a calf strain, so it opened up opportunities everywhere else, and I think that's a good thing. Obviously, Rioli going out means that we had to compromise our forward line and play different roles. And I think even like Butters kicked a couple of goals, but only had 18 touches for the day. And our midfield didn't get a lot of the ball, fair to say, compared to the stats you see for North. You look at Davies Uniacke, Darcy Tucker has 32 touches, which is unheard of. Shizu and the like, so they're getting plenty of the footy, but they're not damaging on the scoreboard or anything like that. They're not in play, not score involvements, whereas Port, have the likes of Horne-Francis, Boak, Wines, Butters, having 18, 20, 25 touches or such, but they're damaging, they're hitting the scoreboard, and it was a lot of effectiveness going inside 50. So that was the important part, I think, about that. So having a nice 20 disposals in a goal game like Horne-Francis did is a lot more damaging than having 33 and 20 of those are handballs. I'd rather that. A Horne-Francis game is a lot better than that typical 33 touch, 18 handballs, not effective at all, not as damaging with the footy per se. So I think that's another positive to take out of the game. Overall, you gain a bit of percentage. We're in the top 4 comfortably. We come up against a Carlton outfit next week, which is going to be a completely different beast. They've just beaten Gold Coast at Marvel. They do have a pretty good record against us. They haven't beaten a South Australian team in Adelaide as yet, and I don't really want to make it us. So I'm very interested to see how it all pans out. It's going to be a very, very fascinating game. But I hope, taking some learnings from this game as well. Overall, we should have done what to Hawthorn. Well, Hawthorn beat Brisbane, so it's kind of like, well, Hawthorn a bit more respect now. So the fact that we came back is even a better thing last week. So to come into this game, get the job done and do the things that we should be doing, and that's beating North by 10 goals, who, they're a dismal side, but they're learning, they're growing, they're young, and they'll get there. So for us to do that, really impressive. I'm happy with the result. I'm not going to take too much from it because it is North. We played in Tassie, and anyone that hates Jason Horne-Francis can get stuffed, really. So, cop that. Well, Paul fans, let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the game and what you thought overall. Who was your standout performer and something that you took away from the game? Because it's not the greatest game in the world. I watched it back hungoverly, but it was good viewing. So, and that sign of continually having that third quarter or second quarter or just a quarter in general, having that blitz is still in our repertoire, which is very, very handy, and hopefully we can pull that out against a bigger and better side going forward. But thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way. My name's Anthony, and as always, come pair.